My name's Wahamaa, and I'm an artist, artist in residence actually for the city of Maple Ridge. In August of 2016, my son, who was 25, was killed by fentanyl poisoning. He's a father of two small boys, and so I have very personal reasons to be engaged in the whole situation around fentanyl poisoning, which is what it is, but the issues around addiction and homelessness. But since the 80s, working in the downtown east side with Canadian Mental Health Association, as in my background is in therapeutic recreation, I've seen the power of the arts to help give voice to people that are voiceless and be able to bring their humanity and their messages to other people utilizing the arts, because so much of our resistance is fear around recognizing them as humans just like the rest of us, and the indoctrination that we get around drugs and the drug policy that we've had for about 100 years or more that is still based in some Victorian prohibitionist, many people have had addictions long before our drug policies, and they were Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. They were people that wrote beautiful plays or poetry, but addiction was not demonized in the times in which they lived, as it has been for the last however many years. And so our treatment isn't based on evidence. Even some of the best rehab facilities still are looking at abstinence, and harm reduction is the way that we have to go. And also things like codependence, which actually has no basis in any scientific fact, is still foisted upon the families of people with addiction, as if we're somehow enabling them when what we're trying to do is love them, because tough love does not work, and tough love kills people, and it shuts them out and it isolates them. And if we didn't criminalize and demonize people, well, they wouldn't end up being homeless, they wouldn't lose their jobs, they wouldn't lose their families, because we treat them humanely as we treat anyone who has diabetes or lung cancer, and we don't blame them for the illness that they have. And we have ample studies to show us that people that have addictions have experienced some kinds of trauma. It's also being shown that it's a learning disorder, and so the neural pathways are being wired in a certain way. And that's where we have to focus our attention, is there are ways to actually treat addiction that don't involve methadone even. They involve rewiring the brain, and we've got great science, and we need to actually use that science and get beyond the emotion-laden, judgment-based ways that society has, through their own fear, demonized people with addictions.